All right, I think we're live. All right, I'm pretty sure we're live. Okay, so tonight got game three between Texas A&M and Tennessee in the College World Series. A couple things that I talked about in the live stream yesterday that are still applicable to today. The so yesterday was 177 days before Texas became a state, before Texas's statehood day. But that means today, actually that was from yesterday, my bad. But sorry, from last year. So it was 178 days after Texas's statehood day, and Texas is 178 years old as a state. That means it's also a span of 179 days. And as I talked about yesterday, George H.W. Bush, the 41st president, is buried on the site. He's buried on Texas. He's buried at Texas A&M University at the George H.W. Bush Presidential Library. So that would make a lot of sense. 179, 41st prime, skull and bones, 41 right there. And also from today until Texas statehood day, that's 188 days. Remember, Bavarian Illuminati is 188. It's also 26 weeks and 6 days, like Jesus Hominum Salvator, 266. There was also something about the until the anniversary of. Oh yeah, it's a span of 22 weeks and 6 days until the anniversary of George H.W. Bush's death, and that's 226. I think it's. Oh, there was something in here that, yeah, College Station, Texas, 226. It's also 5 months and 7 days, or span, I should say, a span of 5 months and 7 days. World Series 57. And if I didn't mention it earlier, I know I mentioned it in past live streams. Texas A&M is going for their 54th win of the season. Jesuit Order 54, baseball 54. Last two College World Series 54 was a huge number. Of course, they Brazos River equals Jesuit Order. Brazos River is the river that Texas A&M goes along, or I should say Brazos River goes right by Texas A&M University. And just Jesuit 84, that was 84 years ago. That was the last time Texas A&M won a major national title. And also so Texas Statehood Day is December 29th, but Texas Independence Day is March 2nd. That's when it became independent from Mexico. And as I mentioned earlier, it is it is 188 days until Texas Statehood Day, but Texas has been independent from Mexico since 1836. That was 188 years ago, as it 188 days until Texas Statehood Day, but also from the most recent Texas Independence Day until today is 114 days. Aggies equals 114. You see there's also 3 months and 22 days. Skull and Bones 322. All right, and then the other thing, we had the death of Darren Lewis, former Texas A&M running back, the other day. And Darren Lewis, his name equals 128.56, just like Satanic Church. Satanic Church has got that 223, just like Skull and Crossbones, and 56 and 79, just like Society of Jesus. But anyways, in regards to Satanic Church, he died on 21/6. 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. Remember, Texas equals 66. Number of the Beast, 174 and 66. Texas A&M is about to play their 68th game of the season. 2 days ago, they played their 66th game of the season on the 174th day of the year. Not by accident. Yeah, and he died just before his 56th birthday. As we said, his name equals 56. And his birthday is November 7th, right? Died a span of 137 days before his before his 56th birthday. 137 is the 33rd prime. Yeah, Church of Satan 137 and 137 33rd prime. Aggies is 33, as you see right there. Aggies is 33, and he wore number 33. And November 7th is also the day, leaving 54 days left in the year, just to show you. November 7th is the day, leaving 54 days left in the year. And we were just talking about 54, just to prove to you that they are on 50, or they're going for their 54th win. That's the best way to find it. Here we go. So yeah, they're 49-13 entering the College World Series so far. They're 4-1, which means they're on 53 wins and 14 losses. The one thing about being on 53 wins that's worrisome for Texas A&M is that Tennessee is the 16th state, and 53 is the 16th prime, and they could stay on 53 wins against the team from the 16th state. Tennessee is on 59 wins for the season, and this Darren Lewis guy, he died on June 21st. That was 139 days before his birthday. Freemasonry 139. And also, they entered the College World Series finals with 58 wins. They have 59 wins right now. Is that where they are going to stay? We'll see. And also, some other things with Tennessee and what was it? All right, and then at the beginning of the tournament, I talked about the death of Mike Martin. I mean, he was the former Florida State coach that passed away. He died on the 32nd day of the year at age 79, which means he would be 80 if he was still alive today. Illuminati equals 80, by the way. And he was born, his birthday is on the 43rd day of the year, but let me just show you this here. So from 212 until, when was it? Till 620, yeah, that was it. So from what would have been his birthday until the start of the College World Series finals was 131 days. And Texas A&M Aggies equals 131. And 131 is the 32nd prime. As I said, he died on the 32nd day of the year. Florida is the Sunshine State. Texas is the Lone Star State. The sun is a star. Texas Independence Day 3/2, 32 sun rays on the Jesuit logo. And there's also something significant about There's something about when he died to. Yeah, so from when he died until today is 144 days. Like Jesuit Order 144 and Brazos River. And there is a connection between Florida State and Texas A&M because remember, Jimbo Fisher went from Florida State to Texas A&M. And then from the, when was it? When was my calendar here? From the 14th? No, that wasn't it. It must have been to the, was it the start? I'm losing track of what was what. Maybe okay. I can't remember what there was another thing about him, but maybe it was his name gematria. Okay, I can't. Was it Michael David Martin? I can't remember what it was now, but there was something else with this guy. It'll come back to me at some point. But okay, last thing I want to look at the managers. The Texas A&M manager's name is Jim Schlossnagle. I checked earlier. These records are accurate. He can get his 135th win with Texas A&M. The Ad Maiorem de Gloriam. Ad Maiorem de Gloriam is the Jesuit motto. The English translation of that is for the greater glory of God. For the greater glory of God equals 135. It would, based on all the other Jesuit references we talked about, be fitting for him to get his 135th win with Texas A&M today. He'd stay on 61 losses. We know that IHS is 18 and 61 is the 18th prime number. So also speaking of the Jesuits, today is Lionel Messi's birthday. And remember, Lionel Messi had that big Jesuit ritual when he won the World Cup a couple years ago. So let's just do from today, let's do a couple years ago until he won the World Cup. That was 177 days after his birthday. Remember, the Jesuit Order 177, and Argentina became 3-2 in World Cup finals. The Argentinian flag has 32 sun rays on it, just like the Jesuit logo. And that was right after, just a couple years after Maradona died. Maradona died in Tigre, which equals 32. And because that was also a normal year, that was 188 days before his birthday as well. Oh yeah, and 26 weeks and 6 days. There's that Isus Hominum Salvator. So that was a huge Jesuit ritual back at the World Cup in Qatar a couple years ago. And now on his birthday, we could have another major Jesuit ritual with Texas A&M. 32 sun rays on the Argentinian flag. Texas Independence Day on 3/2, and and of course, the state's nickname is Lone Star, which equals 32 and 112, like the Jesuits claim to operate in 112 countries. I do want to go back. There's something significant about so they would be, so right now they're 8-15 in Omaha all time. And Tennessee is 9, 10, 11, or 10, 11, 12, 13-13. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. The last time Texas A&M won a major national championship was the 1940 Sugar Bowl. They won 14-13 over Tulane. right? 14-13. I'm losing my tabs here. If Tennessee loses today, or even if Tennessee wins, but if Tennessee loses, they'll be 13-14 in the College World Series all time, and that would harken back to Texas A&M's 14-13 national championship win back in 1940. And of course, this was 32 years before before the Dallas Cowboys won their first Super Bowl, which was also played in the same season. See if there's something about this guy. Well, that essentially died at age 68. This is Texas A&M's 68th game of the season. Hmm. All right. Well, I don't. Let's see if there's anyone in the chat. Yeah, I did say Florida State. That's true, but it wasn't like I was way off with that. Like Florida State still did very well. They made it to the Final Four after not even making the tournament last year. And yeah, the numbers were there with um, that. I identified the right numbers with Florida State. I talked about 32 and 131, but those numbers also apply to A&M. And remember, the first game in the College World Series this year was 3-2. Will that 32 come into play tonight? We'll see. Game starts in about 10 minutes. I gotta go.